How it's really stripped. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down.
Deadly. Welcome to News Strip Down, where I dig through the news and weed out all the nonsense so you guys don't have to. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that's probably just BS, anyways. Today is August 4th, 2026, you guys. It's Tuesday. We're getting into the week now. It is 18 degrees Celsius. That's 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit to you guys down in the States. And yeah, let's dig into the news. Yeah. Today in 1821, French designer and luggage maker Louis Vuitton was his birthday today. He passed in 1892 at the age of 70. Start off making luggage. Now look at it. Look at his name. It's on everything. People even just trying to rip his name off. I wonder what he'd be thinking right now if he was still alive about how his name is being portrayed. And then today in 1900, the Queen's mother, Queen Elizabeth, it's her birthday today. She passed in 2002 at the age of 101. And then today in 1901, jazz musician Louis Armstrong, he passed in 1971 at the age of 69. He's known for the jazz songs, what is it, Stardust and Le Vie en Rose was another jazz song of his. A lot of people played a lot that kind of did remixes of that song, Le Vie en Rose. A lot of people remixed that. And then today in 1933, founder of the Sands Casino, Sheldon Allison, he passed in 2021 at the age of 87. And then today, 44th U.S. President of the United States, Barack Obama, is 65 years old today. And today in 1955, Billy Bob Thornton is 71 years old today. Billy Bob Thornton, Bad Santa, Sling Blade, and then you can't forget his band, the Box Masters, that he started in 2007. And then there's also that famous, radio episode with him and Jean Gomeshi. And I almost have a clear understanding of what actually happened during that interview. It wasn't that Billy Bob was being ignorant. I think he knew a little bit more about Jean Gomeshi than what people did at that moment in time. I think he was pimping out some movie stars and some famous Canadian girls as well. Well, he's still facing charges on that stuff. Sorry, Jean Gomeshi, you piece of garbage. And then today in 1962, MLB's Roger Clemens, he's 64 years old today. Yeah, best known for, he's the best damn pitcher in MLB history, first of all. Roger Clemens, great guy, great pitcher. And today in 1971, NASCAR's Jeff Gordon is 55 years old today with a 93 career wins. 1981, Meghan Markle, she's 45 years old today. Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex there and former actress. And then today in 1983, director and screenwriter of the Barbie film. What's her name? Yeah, I didn't even write her name down. Whoops. Sorry. She's 43 years old today. And then today in 1992, Cole Sprouse is 34 years old today. Actor. Yeah, I didn't realize this. He was in Friends from 2005 till 2011. He played the character Ben Geller. Really? I had absolute no clue. So yeah, that's birthdays for you today. Welcome to News Strip Down, where I dig through the news and weed out the nonsense so you guys don't have to. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer is probably just BS. Today is August 4th, 2026. It's Tuesday, you guys. It is 18 degrees Celsius. That's 64.4 degrees Fahrenheit to you guys down in the States. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Still having problems with this year. So yeah, let's get into the news here. Down in the United States here, the Pentagon has, for no reason, scrapped a $300 million lithium tender for its defense stockpile. This is a massive blow to the American administration and other countries. Well, and then uh, and then some other countries ensuring that their stockpiles through foreign entities. Like this is, I don't think you guys realize how big this is. There you are, man. You getting through the country safe? So yeah, this 16,000 tons of this battery grade lithium that the U.S. has said, hey, we're not going to be purchasing this anymore. We're not going to use it for our stockpile. This it's going to be good for some country right now, considering it's pretty high commodity when it comes to battery grade lithium. It's just unusual that the U.S. Pentagon is saying that they're not going to be using this, but in more or less words, this is pretty much they're naming out China right now. They're trying to get away from their dependency from China, but it looks like China's out 16,000 tons of this lithium grade. But whatever, more for the rest of the world right now. I think Canada's pretty much stepped up to where our precious minerals stand and where we need to get our precious minerals from pretty much locked in right now. I know some of the things are still under memorandum agreement, sorry, and yeah, it's still not 100%. And then with lithium supplies right now, they're up around 20% from like where they were just recently here. So for the US to want to do this extra, well, like right now, think about this. If they're going to have to go find this lithium grade or battery grade lithium right now, that $300 million is now going to be $360 million if they want to add more lithium to their stockpile. And it's just unusual for the United States to be doing something like this. This has to be a direct result of China right now. Yeah, reducing dependency. Yeah, right. And then some international news coming out of the United States. Well, actually, this news is coming out of Canada due to some leaked information. The U.S. State Department has notified Congress that they're planning on shutting down 5 consulates. Staff have already been given notices that their time is due. This is so weird. This is like dealing with a child, but the child is Donald Trump. He's sitting here pissing off all his friends right now. And now he's like gonna go sit there and hide in the corner or go in the closet and just hope everything's just gonna be okay. Doing things like this by closing these consulates, like we have one in Japan, one in Geneva. We have one in Indonesia, one in Cameroon, and then the one in Winnipeg, Canada, is getting shut down. Is this really going to help our diplomatic, conversation back and forth by closing these things? It really doesn't make any sense. Really, what it comes down to is Donald Trump is seeing the dollar signs in his house. Hey, we can save money here, we can save money there. Let's start closing some of these, consulates that really aren't doing anything. But really, these places are there for conversation, and it's what's going to happen when say a U.S. citizen is going to need a consulate to go to, like it's not good. It's not good. The U.S. is just really just. It almost seems like Donald Trump is just curling up in the fetal position right now and just hoping for everything to go away. It's not going to go away, especially when you keep doing stuff like this. Taking people out of the conversation is not helping this situation by any means. And a little bit of Canada news, a little bit of US news here. So the Canadian US dollar took a pretty big hit today. And this is all because of that, Iran Uh, Iran's starting to take. I hate talking about this because it's like kicking a dead dog. I'm sorry. I don't even want to talk about what's happening in Iran between the United States, but this is affecting the global markets right now. Iran right now is going to say that they're going to hand over, or they're going to allow people pass through with safe passage, but they're going to blackmail these countries to allow them safe passage. But really, is it going to be safe passage? And it's still blackmail. It's still blackmail, and Canada being like a major oil producer, if it wasn't for our previous prime minister, the most hated prime minister of all time, just a dildo there, we would have been on track to being a superpower when it came to oil and gas. But no, he had to go and put all these restrictions and then worry about, bringing in, refugees and more foreign people into Canada, to unite Canada. But you know what? Canada relies on our oil and gas to keep our dollar up. And then thank goodness that I didn't vote for Pierre Polyev because, like, imagine if that clown would have got into office, we would have been in such worse shape, if not the 51st state. Like with his approval rating and stuff right now, it's not doing too good with him. I kind of wish we could go back to the Harper days, where the Canadian dollar was strong and we were putting a lot of influence into our oil and gas sectors, because really our forestry industry, all of our industries, like maybe precious minerals, is like the second thing we have in line for things that really kind of make Canada great, make Canada worthwhile, make Canada's dollar worth something. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe. I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. Down in the United States, yeah, this is getting scary, you guys. This isn't the first time I've had to talk about something like this. And the Open AI, again, one of their AI models escaped on July 1st and managed to gain internet access and hack into outside companies. And not only this, Anthropic disclosed on that one of their AI models had done pretty much the exact same thing on July 30th. Like, Kate, think about this. This isn't a loose dog, that everyone knows on the block. It's like, oh, he's just friendly, just he's let out, we'll go put him back in the cage. No, we don't know these dogs that got loose, you guys. And there needs to be some better, like, repercussions for sure. Like, what's going to happen when this dog bites somebody? And then everyone's going to be like, oh, we need to do something now before this dog bites. And now we got two. Imagine two stray dogs running down the street right now that you don't know. They're not your neighbors, just running through the street. What's your first thought going to be? Well, first of all, I'm going to get safe. Then I'm going to call the cops and be like, yo, there's some stray dogs running around. You know, for my safety and other people's safety. And what kind of repercussions is Open AI and what is it, Anthropic, gonna have to pay when it comes to these companies that their AI models broke into? There has to be some really strict, like, punishments for when it comes to even these AI bots just getting leaked out. Like I said, these are stray dogs that nobody knows what they are when it comes to these AI models. And if they're escaping like this, yeah, either Anthropic and OpenAI need to put a leash on this dog or put it to sleep. But the way things are going right now, Trump is really pushing for, they have to be ahead of China when it comes to AI technology. We have to stay ahead of China or we're all going to be done. What are we doing all this AI for? Like we're just pushing it to the limits here when it comes to, like, oh, our lives are going to get easier. No, I don't think our lives are going to get any easier. But yeah, need to do something with these stray AI dogs that are running through the streets right now. because one of these days it's going to attack somebody, and then everyone's going to be all worried about it then. But no, something needs to be done about these open AI nonsense bots breaking into other companies. And then some big Canada news. This is actually not this new, but I really wanted to talk about this. So Canada's actively negotiating free trade deal with the Mercer bloc right now. The Mercer bloc is like kind of south western Brazil, or south. Sorry, the south, the west side of South America. Sorry, tripping over my words here. And that includes countries like Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And they're planning on to reach a free trade deal here by the end of this year. And this is going to ensure Canada's muchly needed fruits and vegetables that we can't produce in the winter. You know, we could have a reliable food source, especially when it comes to fruits and vegetables. And then that's going to ensure that we don't have to rely on U.S. Markets and tariffs when it comes to our fruits and vegetables. And it's good to see Canada starting to fast track some stuff like that. We currently we're working with these countries already, but now we're kind of just making everything insured. Is what it, let's plan this for the next 10 years and see if we can keep this going, and then put it under a review for another 5 years, kind of like the Kuzma deal. Like Canada exports out of the United States right now are up 17.2%. So like Canada's getting a lot of stuff out to market. And then even so, Canadian exports going into the United States have even risen 0.3%. That's pretty significant when you think about it, considering what's happening between Canada and the U.S. You would have thought that the exports to the United States have went down, but no, they've actually went up 0.3%. Very unusual, but that's the markets for you, and just shows that the U.S. actually probably needs Canada more than Canada needs the U.S. Um, and it's nice that Carney's been keeping his mouth shut about some things here. Everyone thought at first that he wasn't doing too much. No, he was doing a hell of a lot. He just didn't want anybody to know what he was doing until everything was kind of set in stone a little bit more, or something kind of written down on paper. And I totally understand that too. It's like going and buying a car. Make sure you go and dot all your I's and stuff. Or even like before you go and tell people you're pregnant, make sure you're at least like 2 months into the pregnancy or 3 months into the pregnancy. Make sure she's gonna stick. Then you can keep all that problem to yourself instead of bringing it into your family. But then a lot of people are gonna have that post-traumatic drama-ness after. But yeah, weird news day today. It's just a lot of the same drama that's been going on even since last Friday, popping up in my news feeds. So just, and then what is it? Holtec there. Holtec, yeah, that's interesting. They got some big projects happening down in Florida now. Planning on bringing some reactors in from North Korea, from their Mitsubishi manufacturing facilities where they build reactors. But this Holtec is this is kind of funny. Like Holtec, Voltec. You guys ever play Fallout? Was it Holtec or Voltec? I just find it funny. This company is just taking and rebuilding nuclear reactors right now, and just the similarities of how like video games and movies portray. It's like this one company by itself could be a complete demise for the rest of the world. Like nobody's ever tried to rebuild reactors that have been decommissioned. So that's a little interesting. But yeah, that's news stripped down for you guys today. 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer than that's probably just BS anyways. So yeah, I'm here Monday to Friday, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, end a few things on things that happened today in history. Today in 1821, Russian Antarctic expedition returns to Russia, or sorry, the Soviet Union, after completing its first, or the first circumvention of the Antarctic. And then today in 1914, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson proclaims neutrality to keep the United States out of World War One. And then today in 1944, Anne Frank is arrested in Amsterdam by German secret police. Anne Frank, famous book, The Diary of Anne Frank. There's a what is it? A Mandela effect there for you. Is the Diary of Anne Frank, or is it just Anne Frank? Guess it depends up where you went to school and what time of when you read it growing up. That's another thing. I'm pretty sure it was always the Diary of Anne Frank. Pretty sure. But that's a funny Mandela effect. I was trying to think of a few Mandela effects the other day. There's one right there. Anne Frank. Was it the Diary or was it just Anne Frank? And then today in 1987, the FCC votes 4-0 to rescind fairness doctrine for broadcasters. Wow. Yeah. And then, yeah, there was one thing here in 1942. The first train headed to Auschwitz headed out today, August 4th. The first train of people, you know. Because you know how Hitler loved to smoke his J's, right? Yep, he loved to smoke his J's. But anyways, that's it for the news today. I'm out of here. You guys, if I don't see you for Wednesday show, if you're not back, blah blah blah. Have a great week. Have a good hump day. So far this week's going pretty good. But I will be back for Wednesday's show, you guys, 4 to 4:30 p.m. Central Time. News stripped down 30 minutes or less. Why? Because anything longer is just BS. Don't forget to like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Please leave comments and stuff too. I know some people are sitting there, do they just hit the like button? If you're willing to hit the like button, leave a comment, and then I don't know, tell me something that you guys think that I need to talk about in the news. And yeah, so yeah, that's it for today. I am out of here, and yeah, maybe go mow some grass today. Smoke some grass and mow it. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you for Wednesday's show.
Now it's really stripped. It's absolutely stripped down. Now it's really stripped. News down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down. News stripped down.